Welcome to my storage room. This is kind of a crazy place to shoot a video about Lent, but I want to show you a couple of really sweet things. So this is my storage room. I got a bunch of shelves here, and on it is some of the coolest stuff that I own, some of the coolest things that I do. This is my M48 tactical tomahawk. I throw tomahawks, man. I got target range set up in my backyard. I got about a dozen tomahawks, and I could just huck hawks for hours. This is one of my favorites. It busted at one point, and I had to patch it up, but I think I got it solid again. Check this out. This here is a spear that I made. I'm a wilderness survival instructor at times, and I've taken a number of classes that have taught me some pretty cool things. And in this class, I made this fish spear. It's a 3-prong trident with bone barbs on it, wrapped with real sinew. It took me a while to make that. Got it on a Saskatoon pole. I've never speared anything with it, but it'd be sure fun to try. So that's sitting back here in my storage room. I got my fly fishing stuff. This is like, which fly do I use? It's one of the books that I just carry in my fly fishing vest. And there's, oh, what else we got? Fireworks. I got a whole box full of fireworks. They're just kind of sitting back there too. Now you might be saying, Doug, you better pause your video because something's wrong with your lens. Well, actually, let me just take that off for you. Isn't that better? Lent is this time where sometimes we feel like it's just like these rules that we don't quite understand. It's maybe we can't eat meat on Fridays, and we got to make sure that we get ashes starting on Ash Wednesday, and Friday nights mom and dad might take us to Stations of the Cross at the church, things like that, and it doesn't quite all make sense. In my storage room, I kind of piled a bunch of stuff here when we moved in, and as I've added things, they've sort of just accumulated. And now I can't find some of my favorite things, and if I can't find them, I don't have room to work on them. I know there's some things in here that I love, and I can't find them because it's disorganized. And then all of those things that I was showing you that I could find, like my M48 Tomahawk, you couldn't see them because there was this film over the lens. So that's what Lent is. Lent is this time, these 40 days where God says, hello, focus. Focus on me. I'm here. I got things to say to you. I got things that I want to do in your life. And we have some things in our faith that can help us to take that film off and clear out the clutter so that we can focus on what God is saying to us. If we don't take that time, stuff just accumulates. Our vision gets foggy. We just start drifting, and we miss our part to play in the story that God has for us. So when you take something like fasting is just a practice where we say, there's these things in my life that, I do need to some degree, for sure. I need food, for example. But when I choose not to, when I choose to go without food for a half a day or a full day, I'm actually just saying, God, I want to make some room. I got to clear some things off the shelves, and I just need to make some room for you and me. And God's like, do it. Awesome. Or when we do something like receive ashes on Ash Wednesday, it's a time for us to just say right at the beginning of Lent, Lord, wipe the dust from my eyes because I want to know, I want to see you a little more clearly. I'm sorry for some things that have clouded our relationship. I've put things between us that I didn't mean to, just by the way I've acted towards others or some of the behaviors I've engaged in or the people I've associated with. And you know what? I want to take this time now to just get rid of that. And God says, yeah, we got 40 days. And in fact, this coming Sunday, if you happen to be at Mass, you're going to hear a reading about Jesus going out into the wilderness. And in the wilderness, he's tempted. And he's in the wilderness for 40 days. That's our Lenten time. That's the time where Jesus said, I got to clear some space. I think God's got some big things in store for me. And if I'm going to do it, if I'm going to do what God's asking me to do, I got to go focused and I got to be clear. I have to have everything sorted out. And so Jesus took this time, these 40 days in the wilderness, and then we hear of his temptations where all those distractions came rushing in to try and cloud his relationship with his Father. And he just said, no, 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 no. I'm here for you, God. I'm here to do what you want me to do. So please tell me in this time that I'm taking, in this time that I'm setting aside, tell me what you got for me. Tell me what I need to hear from you as my loving Father. So that's Lent. Here we are at the very beginning. And you have an opportunity to say, God, I've messed some things up and I want to hit that reset button and I need to hear from you. How do you feel about me? What do you have to say to me? What's your plan for me in the next few weeks, few months, the next year? Lent is an awesome time to do that. And I promise you that these things that you might have experienced, like fasting and Stations of the Cross and the ashes, if they've never made sense before, and you take time in these 40 days and you say, God, I'm going to use some of these things. I'm going to make some room. I'm going to clear some space. For example, for me, Facebook, the app comes off my phone. If I'm going to check in on Facebook, it's going to be on my desktop because I can't just do that anytime I need to or feel like I need to. So Facebook comes off my phone. I'm not necessarily getting off of Facebook completely, but all that time where I'm just like standing around filling my car with gas, like Facebook, and flipping through that stuff, no, that's going to be time where I'm just going to stop, look at the people around me, have a conversation with me and God while I'm filling up my car, right? I'm going to clear some space. I'm going to trade something that's good for something better. So I want you to think in those categories. Trade something good for something better so that you can focus on what God has for you in these coming days, so that you can clear out some of that clutter and see what he's got over the next 40 days. God bless you guys. I love you very much. And I'll be praying for you over Lent. And I look forward to hearing what kind of space you're going to clear to focus on God.